The paternity test was hidden inside my daughter's crayon box, 0% match, while my wife stood at our bedroom door swearing eternal love. Behind the test was something worse, a love letter dated 3 months before our wedding. I'm holding both papers now, medical grade thick, still smelling like the lab and her perfume, not the one I bought her last Christmas. The crayon box rattles wrong in my hands, too heavy for just wax sticks. Emma left it on my desk this morning after drawing another picture of our family. 4 stick figures under a yellow sun, Mommy, Daddy, Emma, and baby Jake. Except Jake isn't mine. The discovery happened 40 minutes ago. Tuesday, 2:47 p.m., I'd been looking for the mortgage papers in what I thought was our filing system when Emma asked for her special silver crayon, the one she uses for unicorn hair. The box was behind our wedding photo on my desk. The frame Claire had insisted we display prominently. Now I understand why. Hiding evidence in plain sight. Honey? Claire's voice floats up the stairs. Emma's asking about her crayons. Found them, I call back, my voice steady as a surgeon's hand. 20 years of marriage teaches you to control your tone. 20 years of lies, apparently. The medical document states it plainly. Probability of paternity, 0.0%. Test date, 6 months ago. She's known for 6 months. Continued sleeping beside me, continued planning our anniversary trip to Tuscany, continued telling Emma that Daddy and Mommy would always be together. Behind the test results, tucked carefully, is the letter. Harrison's handwriting. I recognize it from the golf club registration forms. My darling Claire, these 3 months since the conference have been heaven. When you're finally free from him, the rest blurs. Not from tears, I don't have those yet, but from a kind of protective blindness the mind creates. Emma's feet on the stairs, quick, light, 7 years old and innocent. I slide the papers back behind the wedding photo and hand her the crayon box as she bounces into my office. Daddy, are you coming to Jake's party? Jake's second birthday party this Saturday. A Sesame Street theme because he loves Elmo. The cake already ordered with Daddy's Girl written on it. Claire's idea. She said it would be cute since Jake can't read yet, but Emma can. Now I understand the real message. Of course, sweetheart. She hugs my leg and runs off, silver crayon in hand, leaving traces of her apple juice sticky fingers on my jeans. The same jeans I wore to the fertility clinic 3 years ago when Claire insisted we needed help conceiving. The clinic where they ran every test except apparently the one that mattered. If you've ever found truth where you least expected it, you know this feeling. The world doesn't shatter. It just shifts slightly to the left, and suddenly every memory needs re-examination. Claire appears in the doorway now, yoga pants and the Stanford sweatshirt I bought her last year. Her expression reads concerned wife, but I see it now, the micro performance. You okay? You look pale. Just work stuff. My voice remains even. Johnson contract issues. She nods, buys it completely, because why wouldn't she? I've never lied to her before. Dinner at 6? Your mother's coming. Perfect. She leaves. I turn back to the wedding photo. We're both smiling, confetti frozen mid-air, her hand on my chest where she can feel my heartbeat. The same heartbeat that's now counting down to something. I just need to figure out what. Saturday arrives wrapped in suburban perfection. The birthday party, 4:30 in the afternoon, our backyard transformed into Sesame Street. 23 children from daycare, 15 sets of parents, my mother, Claire's parents, and Harrison, introduced as Claire's colleague from the marketing firm. He brought an expensive gift, a motorized ride-on Mercedes, black like his actual car. Jake toddles toward me in his Elmo outfit, arms outstretched. Dada! The word hits like shrapnel, but I lift him, kiss his forehead. He smells like vanilla frosting and baby shampoo. Not his fault, his mother collected DNA from another man while wearing my ring. The child is innocent. The children are always innocent. Picture time! Claire orchestrates everyone onto the deck. Harrison stands conveniently behind us, his hand briefly touching Claire's shoulder. No one else notices. Or maybe they all do, and I'm the last to know. The classic fool in the suburban tragedy. My mother watches me carefully. She's always been observant, a retired school principal who could spot a lie from across a cafeteria. She corners me by the cooler while Claire cuts the cake. You seem different, Michael. It's been a long week, Mom. No. She touches my arm. This is something else. Before I can respond, Claire calls everyone for the cake ceremony. Daddy's Girl, scripted in pink frosting, but I notice now there's something underneath, barely visible, like another name was there first, scraped away and covered. She kisses me in front of everyone as Jake smears chocolate on his face. I count the seconds. 7. 7 seconds of lies performed for our audience. The party continues. I perform my role, attentive father, devoted husband, gracious host. I push Emma on the swing while Claire and Harrison discuss quarterly projections by the garden shed. Their bodies angled toward each other like plants seeking the same sun. That evening, after guests leave and children sleep, Claire slides into bed smelling like wine and satisfaction. That went perfectly, she murmurs against my shoulder. Yes, I agree. Perfect. She's asleep in minutes. I lie awake calculating, not revenge. That's too simple. Justice requires documentation. Tomorrow I see the lawyer. Bernstein and Associates occupies the 17th floor of the Meridian building. Monday, 9 a.m. sharp. Robert Bernstein himself, Harvard Law 003, specializes in high-asset divorces with custody complications. His office smells like leather and strategic victories. Michael, he greets me with a handshake that suggests expensive hourly rates. What brings you here? I place 3 items on his mahogany desk, the paternity test, the letter, and a printed screenshot of our joint bank statement showing irregular withdrawals. $500 here, $750 there, always cash, always on Wednesdays. Claire's book club meets Wednesdays. Robert examines each document with the focus of a surgeon. His expression doesn't change, but his fingers tap once on the desk, a tell that this is significant. How long have you known? 5 days. Have you confronted her? No. Good. He opens a drawer, pulls out a slim recording device. Pennsylvania is a 2-party consent state for recordings, except in cases where criminal activity or fraud might be involved. Paternity fraud qualifies. I don't want to destroy her. I have children to consider. Protecting yourself legally isn't destruction, it's preservation. He slides another folder across. You need to see who really owns your house. The deed is in both our names, but there's an addendum I've never seen. Filed 3 years ago, shifting primary ownership to Claire in case of marital dissolution. Her signature and a notary seal. My signature notably absent. This isn't legal, I state. Correct, but proving it requires forensic accounting. She's been planning this for years, Michael. The room tilts slightly, not from shock, I'm past that now, but from recalibration. Every joint decision, every major purchase, every investment needs re-examination through this new lens. What do you recommend? Document everything. Record what you legally can. Most importantly, he leans forward, check all your other accounts. If she's done this with the house, there's more. He's right. Chase Bank, downtown branch, Tuesday afternoon. The personal banker, Denise, knows me from 15 years of business. Her smile falters when I request a full audit of all accounts associated with my social security number. Is there a problem, Mr. Davidson? Just need a complete picture for tax purposes. She types, scrolls, frowns, types more. Mr. Davidson, are you aware of the educational savings account? We have 2, one for Emma, one for Jake. You have 4. 4. She shows me the screen. 2 additional accounts opened 18 months ago. Beneficiaries, Jake Davidson and someone named Sophia Marsh. Each account has received regular deposits from our joint checking, $400 monthly automatic transfers I never authorized. Who is Sophia Marsh? Denise types. The account lists Harrison Marsh as co-custodian with Claire Davidson. Harrison has a daughter. Claire has been funding her education with our money, my money technically, since I'm the only one with actual employment. Print everything, please. The stack of papers weighs less than a coffee cup but contains 3 years of financial betrayal. Every withdrawal matches something: her book club Wednesdays, weekend spa retreats that were actually hotel stays, the wine tasting course that explains the charges at the Marriott downtown. I sit in my car studying the patterns. She withdrew $500 last Wednesday. Book club supposedly read Where the Crawdads Sing. I remember because she talked about it over dinner, analyzing the protagonist's isolation. The irony is almost artistic. My phone buzzes. Claire. Pick up Emma from art class. Jake's running a fever, taking him to Dr. Morrison. Of course. Emma's art class is in the community center basement, fluorescent lights and the smell of tempera paint. She runs to me holding a still wet canvas. Look, Daddy, I painted our family. The painting stops my heart. 4 figures as expected, but there's a 5th, a shadowy man standing behind the mommy figure. Children see everything, even what they don't understand. Who's that? I point to the shadow figure, keeping my tone light. Mommy's friend who brings her flowers when you're at work. Mrs. Patterson, the art teacher, overhears. Oh yes, Emma's quite observant. She draws him often. Very distinctive car, apparently. She always includes it. Emma nods enthusiastically. The black one with the horse. Ferrari. Harrison drives a black Ferrari with the prancing horse logo. Emma, sweetheart, does Mommy's friend visit often? Sometimes he brings Jake presents. She adds another detail to her painting. And he smells like Daddy's golf clubs. The same cologne. Harrison wears the same cologne I do. Claire bought it for both of us, apparently. The attention to detail in her deception is almost admirable. In the corner of Emma's painting, she's added the car. With surprising accuracy for a 7-year-old, she's drawn the license plate. Not perfectly, but enough. The 458 HRM, Harrison's vanity plate. The withdrawals matched perfectly with her book club meetings. That night, I help Emma with homework while Claire tends to Jake's fever, probably fictional. Emma practices writing sentences. Her careful cursive spells out, "My family loves each other." That's beautiful, sweetheart. Mrs. Johnson says family means people who never leave. That's right, I tell her, though the words taste like copper. We don't leave. But sometimes I think, watching Claire administer unnecessary Tylenol to a perfectly healthy Jake, sometimes leaving is the only way to stay. Wednesday morning, I call in sick to work, first time in 3 years. Claire leaves for her book club at 10, Jake at daycare, Emma at school. The house is mine to investigate. Her office, the spare bedroom she converted for her freelance marketing work, reveals its secrets reluctantly. Password-protected laptop, locked filing cabinet, but she keeps the key in the music box I gave her for our 10th anniversary. Careless. Or maybe just confident I'd never look. The files are organized by year. Tax returns, insurance documents, normal married paperwork, but there's a folder labeled Exit Strategy. My hands don't shake anymore. I've moved past that. Inside apartment listings in Harrison's neighborhood, a custody lawyer's business card, printed emails from a realtor about selling our house without dual consent, and a timeline. She's been planning since before Jake was born. The pregnancy was intentional, just not with me. One email thread with Harrison dated 2 months ago. Once the divorce is final, we can stop pretending. Sophia needs a mother figure, and Jake deserves to know his real father. Real father. There it is in writing. The front door opens. I freeze. Michael? Claire's voice, surprised. Your car's here. Are you sick? I slide the folder back, lock the cabinet, pocket the key. Meet her in the hallway with practiced exhaustion. Migraine. Came home early. She studies me, perhaps seeing something different. You should rest. I'll make you some tea. In the kitchen, she prepares chamomile, my least favorite, she should know this, while describing the book club discussion. The lies flow so naturally, each detail crafted, rehearsed. She's magnificent in her deception. Harrison stopped by the club today, she mentions casually. He's interested in joining. You'd like him. He plays golf at your club. Maybe we should have him over for dinner. The words come out steady, surprising us both. Her eyes light up. Really? That would be wonderful. How about Friday? Perfect. She kisses my forehead, leaves the tea, returns to her office. I pour the tea down the sink and text Robert, the lawyer, ready for phase 2. The evidence is all here. Now I just need her to provide the rest herself. Friday arrives dressed as an ordinary day. Claire spends the morning preparing for dinner, humming while she arranges white roses, Harrison's contribution delivered an hour ago. She's making coq au vin, the same dish she prepared for our anniversary last year. The kitchen smells like wine and thyme and calculated deception. I'm in my office arranging my own preparations. USB drive loaded with bank records. Timeline chart printed and highlighted. The recording device Robert gave me, fully charged. Each piece of evidence labeled chronologically in a leather folder that once held our wedding planning documents. The irony isn't lost on me. Emma's at a sleepover. Jake's with Claire's parents for the night. She orchestrated this. An adults-only evening. 3 adults, technically, though only 2 know the real agenda. Michael? Claire calls. Can you get the good wine from the cellar? The 2018 Bordeaux? The wine we've been saving for a special occasion. Tonight qualifies, though not in the way she imagines. In the cellar, I pass our wedding champagne, still unopened. Dom Perignon 2002, her father's gift, waiting for the perfect moment. That moment passed years ago, apparently. Harrison arrives at 7 sharp. Armani suit, designer stubble, the confidence of a man who's already won. He hands me a bottle of Macallan 18, my favorite, which Claire must have told him. We shake hands. His grip is firm, proprietary. He's been in my house before, just never through the front door. Michael, he says, Claire's told me so much about you. All good, I hope. Of course. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. She says you're in software development. Financial systems architecture. I pour 3 glasses of wine. And you're in marketing with Claire? We collaborate on several projects. Claire laughs. Too bright, too fast. Harrison's being modest. He runs the entire West Coast division. Dinner unfolds like a choreographed dance. Claire touches Harrison's arm when she laughs. Harrison compliments my choice in art, specifically the piece above the fireplace he must have seen during his unauthorized visits. I eat mechanically, each bite tasteless, while the recorder in my jacket pocket captures everything. So, Harrison, I begin during the main course. Claire mentioned you have a daughter? Sophia, she's 6. His face softens. Lost her mother 3 years ago. Cancer. That must be difficult. Single parenting. Claire interjects quickly. Harrison's amazing with her. Such a devoted father. I'm sure. Must be expensive too. Private school, college savings? Harrison shifts slightly. We manage. Claire's helped establish education funds. I continue, watching Claire's face freeze momentarily. She's wonderful with financial planning, shows me all the statements. The lie hangs between us. Claire never shows me statements anymore, hasn't for 2 years. But Harrison doesn't know this. You're lucky, Harrison says, recovering. Claire's brilliant with money. Yes, I smile. Every transaction accounted for. Claire changes the subject to safer ground, the housing market, vacation plans, anything but finances. I let her lead, noting how Harrison knows exactly where we keep the silverware when he helps clear plates. After dessert, creme brulee, Jake's favorite, though he's not here to enjoy it, we move to the living room. Claire pours cognac. Harrison sits in my chair, the leather one by the window where I read to Emma. Claire curls on the couch between us, her body angled toward him. Michael, Harrison begins, Claire tells me you're considering investment properties. Did she? I look at my wife. What else did she share? Just that you're interested in diversifying. His confidence wavers slightly. Actually, I stand, walk to my briefcase by the door. I'm more interested in consolidation, simplifying, getting rid of redundancies. I pull out a document, not the evidence folder, just our insurance paperwork. But both Claire and Harrison tense visibly. For instance, I continue, returning to my seat, we have overlapping life insurance policies. Seems excessive for a family of 4. 3, Claire corrects automatically, then catches herself. I mean 4, including us. Right, 4. I let that sit. Although genetic testing companies suggest reviewing policies when family structures evolve. The room temperature seems to drop. Harrison glances at Claire. She's gone pale but maintains her composure. Genetic testing? Harrison asks carefully. Oh yes, fascinating what they can determine now. Medical predispositions, ancestry. I pause. Paternity. Claire's wine glass trembles slightly. Why would anyone need that in an established family? Insurance companies sometimes require it, especially for educational trusts. I watch Harrison now. You'd know about those, wouldn't you? I'm not sure what you mean. No, Claire's never mentioned the educational accounts she manages? Strange, given your collaboration. The silence stretches. Claire stands abruptly. More wine, anyone? I'm good, Harrison says, also standing. Actually, I should go. Early morning tomorrow. Golf? I ask. We should play sometime. I'm at Riverside Country Club. Yes, that would be nice. He's moving toward the door now, Claire following. They whisper in the foyer, too low for the recorder to catch clearly, but I see their reflection in the hallway mirror, his hand on her waist, her fingers gripping his jacket. When Claire returns, her mask is back in place. That went well. Did it? You were a bit intense toward the end. Was I? I pour myself another cognac. I thought I was being friendly. She watches me carefully, perhaps recognizing something new in my demeanor. I'm tired, going to bed. I'll be up soon. She hesitates at the stairs. Michael, is everything okay? Everything's exactly as it should be, Claire. I arranged everything chronologically. Her lies had a pattern. Saturday morning breaks gray and humid. Claire's already gone when I wake. A note says she's at yoga, then grocery shopping. Her Saturday routine, though I wonder now if yoga was ever the destination. I drive to my office, the actual office, not the home study. I need the commercial printer and the solitude. The building is empty except for security, perfect for what comes next. The medical records take 3 hours to properly analyze. Jake's birth certificate lists me as the father, signed and notarized. But the conception window tells a different story. Claire's calendar from that period, which she meticulously maintained and shared with me digitally, shows I was in Singapore for a 3-week implementation. Departed April 2nd, returned April 24th. Jake was conceived April 14th, give or take 2 days. The ultrasound photos she sent me via email, our baby's first picture, are dated May 28th, showing a 6-week embryo. The math is irrefutable. The dates were impossible. I was deployed for 3 weeks during conception. But there's more. Claire's medical records from her gynecologist, which I can access through our shared insurance portal, show something interesting. A pregnancy test on May 1st, negative. Another on May 15th, positive. She knew exactly when it happened because she was testing frequently. We've been trying for months, she said. Only one of us was trying with her husband. I print everything, create multiple copies, one for the lawyer, one for the safety deposit box, one for my mother, just in case. My phone rings. Claire. Where are you? Office, catching up on work. On Saturday? Big project Monday. She pauses. Emma's asking if you're picking her up from Sophie's house. Of course, noon, right? Yes, Michael, we need to talk. About what? Just things when you get home. She hangs up. My phone immediately buzzes with a text from Robert, the lawyer. She's been to see counsel. Saw her leaving Brennan and Associates. Be careful. The game has shifted. She knows I know something, just not how much. I pick up Emma from her sleepover. She's exhausted but happy, clutching a friendship bracelet Sophie made her. In the car, she chatters about pancakes and nail polish, and how Sophie's mom let them stay up until midnight. Daddy, why doesn't Mommy like Sophie's mom? What makes you think that? She makes a face when I talk about her, the same face she makes when Grandma visits. My mother, who's arriving this afternoon unexpectedly, having called this morning insisting she needed to discuss something important. At home, Claire's in the kitchen with Jake, feeding him lunch. She's changed her hair, cut and colored this morning, apparently, trying to look younger or different, maybe both. Emma, sweetie, take your things upstairs, Claire says. Daddy and I need to talk. I want to show him my bracelet. Upstairs, now. Emma's face crumples slightly at the sharp tone. I kiss her forehead. Show me later, sweetheart, it's beautiful. When she's gone, Claire turns to me. Her expression is unreadable. I know you went through my office. Did I? The key was moved. You're not as clever as you think, Michael. Neither are you. We stare at each other across the kitchen island. Jake bangs his spoon, oblivious to the tension. What do you want? She asks finally. The truth. The truth? She laughs, bitter and sharp. The truth is that you've been emotionally absent for years, married to your work, your routines, your perfect little systems. So you decided to have another man's baby? The words land like a slap. She doesn't deny it. Jake is your son in every way that matters. Except biologically. Biology doesn't make a father. No, but lies definitely unmake a marriage. The doorbell rings. My mother's timing, impeccable as always. We're not done, Claire hisses. No, I agree, opening the door. We're just beginning. My mother enters carrying a cardboard box, her expression stern. She kisses my cheek, nods coolly at Claire, then sets the box on the coffee table. Claire, she says, without preamble, I believe you know why I'm here. Claire's composure cracks slightly. Helen, I don't... Please. My mother holds up a hand. I've known for 18 months. The question is what we do now. She opens the box, pulls out a manila folder. Inside are photographs, Claire and Harrison at various locations. A restaurant in the city, a hotel lobby, a beach somewhere tropical. Some are date stamped from before Jake was born. You had me followed. Claire's voice rises. No, dear, these were sent to me anonymously. I hired someone to verify their authenticity. She pulls out another document. They're real, as is this. A marriage certificate. Harrison Marsh and Sophia Marie Keller, dated 6 months ago. He's married? I can't hide my surprise. Claire goes white. That's not possible. Vegas wedding, his deceased wife's sister, apparently, Sophia's aunt, now stepmother. My mother's tone is clinical. He's been playing you, Claire, just as you've been playing my son. Claire sinks into a chair. Jake starts crying. I pick him up automatically, this child who isn't mine but knows no other father. He quiets against my shoulder, and the weight of him, trusting and innocent, makes my chest ache. I have more, my mother continues, pulling out a handwritten letter. This is from 1995. You were 17, Claire. Your parents paid off the boy's family to keep quiet about the pregnancy, the abortion, the theft charges they dropped in exchange for silence. Claire's parents, who are supposed to be watching Jake this weekend but clearly coordinated with my mother instead. You've done this before, I state, understanding flooding through me. This is your pattern. Michael, it's not. Who was Jake's father before Harrison, before you decided he was a better option? She's crying now, silent tears that might be genuine or might be performance. With Claire, I'll never know. My mother pulls out one final item, a handwritten apology from Claire's mother dated yesterday. She knew all along and kept receipts. The letter is devastating in its simplicity. Helen, I failed my daughter and your son. The documents you need are in my deposit box at First National. I should have warned Michael years ago. Some mothers enable. I was one of them. I'm sorry. The room is silent except for Jake's babbling. He plays with my collar, occasionally saying "Dada" in his sweet voice. The cruelty of it, using an innocent child as a weapon in adult warfare. Emma appears at the top of the stairs. Why is Mommy crying? Just grown-up stuff, sweetheart, I tell her. Want to watch a movie in my room? She nods. I carry Jake upstairs, settling them both with Disney Plus and goldfish crackers. Below, I hear my mother's measured voice and Claire's increasingly desperate responses. When I return, Claire is holding another document, a custody evaluation my mother somehow obtained. Preliminary findings favor me, citing parental alienation and financial malfeasance on Claire's part. The judge's preliminary ruling was already in my briefcase, my mother says quietly. Claire looks at me with something I've never seen before, genuine fear. You're going to take my children. My child, I correct, and the son you tried to use as a weapon. But no, I'm not taking anyone. We're going to do this properly, legally, with the children's welfare paramount. How generous, she spits. More than you deserve, my mother interjects. But my son is a better person than either of us. Monday arrives with lawyer meetings. Not mine, Claire's. She's hired Brennan and Associates, known for aggressive tactics and scorched earth strategies. Robert warned me they'd probably push for immediate mediation, trying to settle before more evidence surfaces. We need the counseling angle, Robert advises. Judges favor parents who attempt reconciliation, especially with young children involved. So Tuesday finds us at Dr. Patricia Holloway's office, a marriage counselor recommended by the court. Neutral ground, they call it. The office smells like vanilla candles and desperation. Claire performs beautifully. Tearful admissions of loneliness, claims of emotional abandonment, even suggests I drove her to Harrison through neglect. Dr. Holloway takes notes, occasionally asking clarifying questions. Michael, she turns to me, how do you respond to Claire's feelings of isolation? I pull out my phone, scroll to the shared calendar Claire insisted we maintain. Here's every day for the past 2 years, color-coded. Blue is my work travel, averaging 3 days per month. Green is Claire's book club and yoga sessions, averaging 12 days per month. Red is family activities I planned and attended. Every weekend I wasn't traveling. Claire shifts uncomfortably. Furthermore, I continue, here are receipts for the marriage enrichment weekend I booked last year. Claire canceled citing a work emergency. The work emergency was a wine tasting in Napa with Harrison. I have the hotel receipt. Dr. Holloway's expression doesn't change, but her pen moves faster. Claire, would you like to respond? Those are taken out of context. Which context justifies using marital funds for another man's daughter's education? That's not... or claiming pregnancy during a time when I was physically absent. Michael, or forging my signature on property documents? Dr. Holloway intervenes. Perhaps we should focus on moving forward rather than cataloging past grievances. I agree, I say, placing the recorder on the table. Moving forward requires honesty. Claire, are you currently pregnant? The question lands like a bomb. Claire freezes. Dr. Holloway looks between us. That's not relevant. You bought 3 pregnancy tests yesterday, CVS on Market Street, 3:47 p.m. I know because our credit cards are still linked, and I've been monitoring every purchase since discovering the deception. How dare you? Are you pregnant, Claire? She's crying again, but differently. These tears are real, angry, defeated. Yes. Dr. Holloway closes her notebook. I think we need individual sessions before continuing joint counseling. In the parking lot, Claire confronts me. You recorded that? Yes. That's illegal. So is paternity fraud. Your move. She admitted everything while the recorder ran in my pocket. Wednesday brings another surprise. A call from Emma's school. The principal needs to see me immediately. Mrs. Chen's office is orderly, walls covered with children's artwork and motivational posters. Emma sits in a small chair, her face streaked with tears. Mr. Davidson, Emma had an incident today. What happened? She told her class that her mommy has 2 husbands and asked if that was why Jake looks different from her. My heart breaks. Children absorb more than we realize, process it in ways we don't expect. Emma, sweetheart. Lucy's parents got divorced and now she has 2 daddies. Emma interrupts. I asked if we were getting divorced so Jake could live with his real daddy. Mrs. Chen's expression is carefully neutral. We've called Claire as well. She should be here. The door opens. Claire enters, sees Emma's tears, and immediately kneels beside her. Baby, I'm so sorry you're confused. I'm not confused. Emma pulls away. You lied. Daddy doesn't lie, but you do. I saw you kissing Mr. Harrison by the pool. When did she see that? Last week, Emma continues, as if reading my mind. When you said I was napping, but I wasn't. I was watching from my window. Claire looks at me, perhaps finally understanding the cascade she's triggered. The children always know. They always see. We need to have an age-appropriate conversation with both children. Mrs. Chen suggests gently. I can recommend several family therapists who specialize in transitions. Transitions. Such a clean word for such a messy process. At home, I sit with Emma while Claire tends to Jake. My daughter curls against me, small and confused, and too perceptive for her own good. Daddy, are you going to leave? Never. I will never leave you. But what if Mommy makes you? No one can make me leave you, sweetheart. You're my daughter. Forever. Is Jake your son? The question I've dreaded. I choose honesty. Simplified. Jake is my son in my heart. Sometimes families are complicated, but love isn't. Mommy loves Mr. Harrison. Mommy is confused about some things. Are you sad? Yes, but not about you. Never about you. You're my happiness. She hugs me tighter. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, Emma, more than all the stars. That night, Claire and I speak briefly in the kitchen. We need to tell them, properly, with help. She nods, defeated. The guardian ad litem called. They want to interview us separately. The court-appointed guardian for the children's interests. Another step toward resolution. When? Friday. Then we prepare them Thursday. Together? Together. For them. She touches my hand briefly, the first genuine gesture in months. I'm sorry, Michael, for what it's worth. It's worth something, I admit, just not enough. The guardian ad litem already knew. Everyone knows except the children, and now they're learning too. Friday morning arrives with unexpected rain. The guardian ad litem Ms. Patricia Reeves is a small woman with sharp eyes and 30 years of experience reading family disasters. Her office is deliberately neutral, beige walls, no family photos, just diplomas and a single orchid on the windowsill. She interviews me first. 2 hours of questions about routines, discipline strategies, emotional availability. She asks about Jake. He calls you daddy. Yes. How do you feel about that, knowing he's not biologically yours? Biology doesn't determine love. Jake is innocent. He knows me as his father, and I won't traumatize him for his mother's choices. Would you seek custody of Jake? I seek what's best for both children. If that means Jake stays with me, I'll raise him as my own. If it means he goes with Claire, I'll ensure proper support. She makes notes. Your mother provided extensive documentation. She's thorough. The preliminary assessment suggests the children have stronger emotional bonds with you. Emma specifically expressed fear of being separated from you. She's been through enough upheaval. Indeed. She closes her folder. There's a dinner tomorrow, a family gathering, Claire said. Important announcement. Tomorrow. The revelation dinner Claire doesn't know I've orchestrated. My extended family, her parents, several close friends, all now quietly aware of the situation, waiting for the official moment. Yes, I tell Ms. Reeves, we're announcing our separation, together, civilly, with both families present for support. That's unusual. So is this situation, but public accountability might prevent future revisionism. She actually smiles. You've thought this through. I've had time. Saturday evening, 6 o'clock. Our dining room transformed for what guests believe is an anniversary dinner. 22 people, including Harrison, whom Claire insisted on inviting, still unaware that everyone knows his role in this drama. He arrived with his wife, which caused Claire to actually stumble in the foyer. You brought Sophia? You said family dinner, Harrison replies smoothly, though his eyes dart nervously. Sophia is family. His wife, a quiet woman with knowing eyes, extends her hand. You must be Claire. Harrison's mentioned you. The subtext is deafening. My mother orchestrates seating, Harrison and his wife at the far end, Claire's parents beside me, various relatives and friends filling the space between. Claire sits frozen, perhaps finally understanding the trap she's walked into. Before dinner, I stand. The room quiets. Thank you all for coming. Family means everything to me, which is why you're here tonight. To witness truth, finally. Claire starts to stand. Her father touches her arm, keeps her seated. I pull out the folder. Not dramatically, just efficiently, like closing a business deal. 18 months ago, Claire began an affair with Harrison Marsh. Jake, whom I've raised as my son, is biologically Harrison's. These are the paternity results. Gasps from the unaware few. Harrison's wife doesn't react. She knew, came anyway. Power move. Michael, please. Claire's voice cracks. There's more. Financial fraud, forged documents, systematic deception spanning years. I hand copies to Claire's parents. Your daughter learned well from your example, apparently. Claire's mother starts crying. Her father reads, his face darkening with each page. However, I continue, I'm not here for revenge. I'm here for resolution. Claire, the divorce papers are prepared. Equitable division despite your fraud, shared custody of Emma, structured support for Jake until Harrison assumes responsibility. You can't, I can, but I won't. Because despite everything, you're Emma's mother. She needs you functional, not destroyed. I pull out the divorce papers. Clean, simple, more generous than legally required. Sign them, tonight, in front of witnesses. The room holds its breath. Claire looks around, at her parents' disappointment, at Harrison's wife's disdain, at my family's quiet solidarity. If I don't, then we go to court. Everything becomes public. Emma suffers, Jake suffers. You lose more than money or reputation. You lose your children's respect forever. Harrison stands suddenly. This is ridiculous. Claire, we're leaving. His wife laughs, sharp, bitter. We? There is no we, Harrison. Sit down before you embarrass yourself further. He looks between them. His wife, Claire, the witnesses, sits. I stood to make a toast to new beginnings and ended deceptions. Claire signs. Her hand shakes, but her signature is valid. 20 witnesses watch as our marriage officially ends at the dinner table where it began. We hosted our engagement party in this same room 12 years ago. Now, I address Harrison. Your turn. I place another document before him. Acknowledgement of paternity, financial responsibility, visitation structure. This is extortion. This is accountability, his wife interjects. Sign it, Harrison, or I file my own papers Monday morning. He signs. The room exhales collectively. Claire stands, walks to the door with as much dignity as she can muster. At the threshold, she turns. I did love you, Michael, once. I know, that's the tragedy. She leaves. Harrison follows minutes later, his wife remaining behind. Thank you, she tells me quietly. For the evidence, my lawyer was very impressed. The guests disperse slowly, offering support, understanding. My mother stays late, helping clean up. You did well. Did I? I feel like I just traumatized my children. You freed them from a toxic situation. There's a difference. Emma appears on the stairs, clutching her stuffed rabbit. Is the party over? Yes, sweetheart, come here. She crawls into my lap, sleepy and warm. Was Mommy sad? Yes. Are you sad? A little, but also relieved. What's relieved? It's when something heavy gets lifted off you. She considers this. Like when I finally told you about the broken vase. Exactly like that. She signed everything. Her lawyer hadn't seen the prenup clause. Monday morning brings logistics. Claire moves to her sister's temporarily. The house feels different, lighter despite the absence. Emma notices immediately. It's quieter. Do you miss Mommy? Yes, but it's a good quiet. Like when a TV that's been on too long finally gets turned off. 7 years old, with the wisdom of someone much older, children adapt faster than we think. The financial settlement proceeds quickly. Claire's lawyer, recognizing the strength of my position, advises accepting the generous terms. The house remains mine and Emma's. Claire gets the investment portfolio, smaller than she expected after the forensic accounting revealed her skimming, but enough to start over. Jake's support is structured through Harrison directly, keeping me legally disconnected from obligations to a child proven not mine. Tuesday, the realtor calls. Claire had listed the house without my knowledge months ago, another illegality that strengthens my position. I decline to pursue charges. Why? Robert the lawyer asks. It's clear fraud. Because Emma needs a mother who isn't in prison. You're more forgiving than most. Not forgiving, strategic. Every kindness now is documented, helps with custody. Wednesday brings child support arrangements. The court orders Claire to pay, a reversal that clearly stings her pride. The amount is modest, symbolic more than punitive, but it establishes the dynamic. I'm the primary provider and caregiver. Thursday, Emma and I visit the new house, a rental for now, but ours alone. 3 bedrooms, big backyard, excellent school district. She picks her room, the one with the window seat overlooking a massive oak tree. Can I paint it purple? Any color you want. Can Jake visit? Of course, he's your brother. Half-brother, she corrects. Mrs. Chen explained it. He's whatever you want him to be. I want him to be happy. He didn't ask for any of this. No, he didn't. None of you did. That afternoon, we paint. Purple walls with silver stars Emma insists on adding. The physical act of creating something new, something ours, helps more than any therapy session. Friday, final custody hearing. The judge, Honorable Margaret Torres, reviews everything. The evidence, the guardian's report, the psychological evaluations. Claire's lawyer makes final arguments about maternal bonds, shared custody benefits. Mine presents the documented deception, financial fraud, emotional instability. Judge Torres addresses Emma directly, a gentle conversation about preferences, feelings, fears. Emma, brave in her best dress, speaks clearly. I want to live with Daddy, but I want to see Mommy too, when she's not confused anymore. Confused? About who loves us real and who loves us pretend. The phrase hangs in the courtroom. Claire actually sobs. Judge Torres rules. Primary physical custody to me. Claire gets alternating weekends, supervised initially, expanding as she demonstrates stability and truthfulness. Jake's arrangement is separate between Claire and Harrison, though I'm granted interested party status given my established paternal role. Outside the courthouse, Claire approaches. I know you hate me. I don't hate you, Claire. I nothing you. That's worse, isn't it? Will you let me rebuild with Emma? That's up to Emma and you. Be the mother she deserves, not the woman you've been. The baby, the new one, is Harrison's problem or blessing, depending on perspective. She touches my arm. We were happy once. We were performing happiness. There's a difference. Daddy will always be here in our new home without lies. 2 weeks pass. The new rhythm establishes itself. Emma thrives in the stability. Her teachers notice improved focus, less anxiety. She stops drawing shadow figures behind family portraits. Jake visits Wednesdays. He toddles through the new house, calling Dada, and I answer because love doesn't require DNA. Harrison hasn't contested this arrangement. His wife filed for divorce, and he's got larger problems than custody schedules. My mother visits daily initially, then weekly, respecting our need for independent space. She brings groceries, wisdom, and occasional reminders that she knew all along. Mothers always know, she says, watching Emma teach Jake to color inside the lines. Then why didn't you tell me earlier? Would you have believed me, or would you have defended her chosen denial over truth? She's right. I needed to discover it myself, needed the evidence to be undeniable. 1 month post-divorce, Claire's pregnant belly shows now. She arrives for her Saturday visitation driving a used Honda. The Mercedes was Harrison's, apparently another lie unraveled. Emma runs to her, still loving despite everything. Children's hearts are more forgiving than they should be. Mommy, see my new room? Claire enters cautiously, like a guest, which she is now. She admires the purple walls, the silver stars, the desk where Emma does homework without drama now. It's beautiful, baby. Daddy let me pick everything. That's wonderful. She finds me in the kitchen, making Emma's lunch. PB&J, no crust, sliced diagonally. I know my daughter's preferences. She's happy. She's adjusting. Michael, Harrison left, moved to Seattle with his wife. They're reconciling. And I'm alone, pregnant and alone. Consequences. I know, I wanted you to know. Why? Because you're still the best man I know, even after everything. That's manipulation, Claire. No, it's truth. The first truth I've told in years. I hand her Emma's lunch bag. Your weekend. Don't forget her allergy medication. 3 months post-divorce. The rental becomes permanent. I buy it, put Emma's name on the deed in trust. She'll always have a home, regardless of what happens to me. The crayon box sits on my new desk, the same one from that first discovery, but holding only crayons now. Emma uses it daily, creating worlds where families look different but love the same. Sometimes she draws 4 figures, sometimes 3, sometimes includes Jake's tiny handprints he leaves when visiting. Harrison sends checks, nothing more. Claire tells Emma he's traveling for work. We all maintain this fiction for Jake's sake. Someday he'll need truth, but not at 2 years old. Claire's baby arrives in spring. Another boy. She names him David, claims she doesn't know why. I do. It was my grandfather's name. The one we'd chosen if Emma had been a boy. Even now, she can't let go entirely. Will you... She starts during a drop-off, David sleeping in his carrier. No. You don't know what I was asking. Doesn't matter. The answer is no. Emma hugs her baby brother, declares him squishy but cute. She doesn't ask who his father is. Children understand more than we think, accept more than we deserve. 6 months post-divorce. Emma wins a school art contest with a painting titled My Family. It shows her and me under a rainbow, Jake floating in a bubble nearby, Claire in the corner with a question mark over her head. The teacher calls it remarkably insightful for an 8-year-old. At the award ceremony, Claire sits 3 rows behind us. She waves. Emma waves back. I don't. She looks sad, Emma observes. Sometimes people create their own sadness. Can they uncreate it? Maybe. With time and truth. Do you want mommy to be happy? I want you to be happy. Everyone else is responsible for their own happiness. The moving truck was already loaded, metaphorically. We're not running, we're building. Each day, each routine, each bedtime story and morning pancake creates a new foundation, stable, honest, ours. What matters more, revenge or dignity? I chose dignity, for Emma, for Jake, even for Claire, who needed to face consequences without being destroyed. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference, and I've achieved that mostly. Some nights I hear Emma on the baby monitor I still use, talking to her stuffed animals about divorce. She processes it in 7-year-old terms. Sometimes mommies and daddies stop fitting together, like puzzle pieces that got wet and warped. She's not wrong. 1 year post-divorce, the first anniversary of the Revelation dinner, I mark it by taking Emma camping, something Claire always vetoed as too messy. We roast marshmallows, identify constellations, exist in simple father-daughter peace. Daddy? Yeah, sweetheart. I'm glad you found out. About what? Everything. We're better now. You smile real smiles, not the fake ones from before. How did you know they were fake? Your eyes didn't crinkle. Real smiles make eye crinkles. Mrs. Patterson taught us in art class. We lie under stars that witnessed everything. The deception, the discovery, the dissolution, the rebuilding. They're constant while everything below changes. Will you get married again? Emma asks. I don't know. Would that bother you? Only if she's a liar. No liars, promise. Good, we don't need any more of those. We don't. We need truth, stability, trust, all the things we're building now, brick by brick, day by day. The crayon box remains on my desk. Sometimes I open it, remember that first moment of discovery. The paternity test is gone, shredded and scattered. But the box remains, transformed from a hiding place for deception into exactly what it appears to be. A container for colors to create new pictures. Emma uses those crayons to draw our future. It's smaller than the family we were supposed to be, but it's real. Every line, every color, every figure, real and true and ours. Freedom tastes like morning coffee in silence. No performance, no pretense, no careful words to maintain illusion. Just coffee, newspaper, Emma's sleepy greeting as she pads downstairs dragging her rabbit. Morning, Daddy. Morning, sweetheart. Pancakes? With blueberries? Always. This is what victory looks like. Not Claire's tears or Harrison's retreat or even the legal vindication. Victory is a purple room with silver stars, pancakes with blueberries, and the absolute certainty that everyone under this roof loves each other truly. The crayon box sits on my desk. Just crayons now. Bright, honest colors for drawing new beginnings. Share your story of finding family in unexpected places. Real family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the people who stay when the truth comes out, who love you without conditions or deceptions. Sometimes family is just a father and daughter building something real from the ashes of elaborate lies. We don't leave. We don't stay in lies either. We build truth, one purple star at a time.